everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about Base Beauty's Silicone Beauty Blender. I'm sure you'll have seen these if you've been on Instagram or YouTube or basically any social media. These have been everywhere. The idea behind them is that you use a lot less product when applying liquid foundation and basically any other liquid makeup that you have, rather than a sponge, which obviously soaks a lot of it up. If you want to know how I created this look and how I got on with this Silicone Beauty Blender, then carry on watching. So for the foundation, it's not actually done that bad a job. I mean, it feels so weird like rubbing it across your face rather than just patting it in like you would with a normal sponge, but it's actually not done too bad. I would say it gives a lighter coverage, but I think it still looks quite good. The concealer is a little harder to do, as you're supposed to actually put them straight onto the beauty blender, but concealer I find it a lot easier to put on my face first, and as you're rubbing it, it feels like more like you're rubbing it off, so you definitely have to try and pat it in and work it a lot more, but it does blend into your skin very nicely. It's just completely different using something like this compared to a sponge, what I'm used to, but it's doing quite well so far. I have a few more liquid products to use, so I'll carry on doing makeup and you'll see them when I get to them. white, sort of orangey, pinky. I think I actually put a bit too much on the beauty sponge thing, whatever you want to call it. So it's gone kind of pink, but it's actually blended it quite well and quite easily. Normally I'd use my finger for that because I just find it so much easier than a brush, but it's actually done quite a good job. Okay, it's gone very, very pink. I think I used way too much again. I think because normally you'd use a sponge that soaks it up, you don't realise how much you actually use, and when you use this you don't need hardly anything. So I've gone very pink. I kind of resemble a doll, and it's not really the look I was going for. This cheek seems better. Oh well, we'll have to go with it. Enjoyed using the Base Beauty silicone blender thing. It's such a long name, but it has actually blended, especially the foundation, quite well. I would say probably about as well as my beauty blender that I normally use. The only thing I'm not sure about is it has sort of like this little like lip around it, and a lot of foundation seems to get stuck around it, which isn't the nicest. I won't focus on it, but yeah, I think you can see that. But yeah, the only thing you have to remember is don't use as much product as normal. I use so much, especially for the blusher, which is why I got such a pink cheek. I mean, it's not really the look I was going for, but we'll go with it. But yeah, I've actually quite enjoyed using it, and I would definitely recommend everyone should try it. And I love that it's so flexible, which makes it so much easier for getting around your nose and things like that. But yeah. So if you want to get your hands on one, I will leave the link to it down below. And thank you for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It will mean such a lot to me. And I'll see you next week with another video. Bye!